This latest reveal for WWE 2K22 is exactly what we have been waiting for. We got a full matchup and an in-depth look at the whole gameplay of the game. There is a lot of new details to take away from it, so in this video I got you covered. This is 15 new details and things that you might have missed from this latest WWE 2K22 reveal. Make sure to turn on those notifications to always be up to date, and let's get right into it. The first thing talked about was in regards to graphics, and this is something that we have known for quite a bit now, but they emphasized that WWE 2K22 is using the same technology that NBA 2K uses, which is why a lot of the superstar models that we have seen looks way better than previous years. They added that because of VFX and the lighting for the game completely being redesigned, WWE 2K22 presentation is extremely different. At times it really feels like it is a real broadcast of WWE. That, alongside the brand new camera angle and all of the other visuals improvement that they have, makes WWE 2K22 stand out from the previous titles. We got a glimpse of another 2K showcase matchup, that being Rey Mysterio versus Kane from the WWE Cyber Sunday pay-per-view in 2008. This is actually one of my favorite pay-per-views from back in the day, so I'm glad that we are getting this arena back. Cyber Sunday was all about the WWE Universe choosing the stipulation, and the three choices that we have for this match was a falls count anywhere, a no-holds-barred match, and a 2 out of 3 falls match. And I'll go ahead and give you the spoilers right now. The no-holds-barred ended up winning. Also worth mentioning that in this we actually got to see Rey Mysterio use a new weapon, and that was a stop sign. I'm glad that they bring in that into the game, because it really does feel like new weapons are going to be making an appearance. There's going to be a lot of additions for that, which we'll also talk about in a bit. They confirmed that of course we will be getting updated titles, as we got a lot of brand new redesigns over the last 2 years since 2K20 came out. The Thunderdome arena has been confirmed, and it will be one of the 55 plus playable arenas that we will get in the game. That is a lot of arenas, and I am certainly not complaining about it. Now we're getting into more gameplay stuff related. One of the big difference for 2K22 is the brand new animations that it gives us from one move to the next. This is why the gameplay flows better and is more smooth, as they ended up describing. It's because every single move connects better than before, making everything feel more responsive when you pick up that controller and make your way around the ring. In regards to the weapon, which we touched on, we already seen a couple of different weapons on many of the trailers. They went on to explain that the weapon slash prop break after being used after a while, and this is obviously not only tables but also chairs, candlesticks, and so on. Everything basically feels more dynamic. The more you use it, the more wear down that it gets, until you used it enough and it ultimately just breaks. For the controls, and this is probably where you guys need to pay the most attention, I had to rewatch the video a couple of times just to make sure I was taking the correct notes in regards to the information. And even though I haven't played the game myself, after going through the information, I do feel that the changes that are coming are good. So of course the controls are basically redesigned. It is easy to pick up, but you are able to master it. So you could pick up the controller and basically quote-unquote button smash, get your strikes in there, get your regular grapples in there, because you will know the buttons of that. But once you start learning combos and how the reversals work and the counters, things get a bit more tactical. So you got the dodge, the reversal, the blocking, the light strike, heavy strike, and grapple. Light attack is just a quick strike. Heavy attack is just a stronger attack, which of course will take a bit more time to deliver. And then you have a grapple button, in which you could do a regular grapple move, but from that grapple button you could take things to a different direction, such as if you play the game enough and you start learning those combinations, that's going to give you a strategy as it's going to be harder for the opponent to counter. So basically, if you're a veteran, been playing WWE games forever, this is what the skill gap is, because from the grapple you could take things to that extra next level. You could combine it with a light attack, a heavy attack, grapple again, make it into a whole combo, and on top of that you could customize combos. They did not not specify on how exactly this works, but I'm very interested to see it played out. Now, everything I just discussed is countered in a certain different type of way. Reversals work a bit different this time around, as it is not for everything. Reversal counter a lot of the regular attacks coming from the opponent. If he's going for an elbow drop and you want to counter that, make sure to hit the reversal at the last second. If he's going for a springboard kick, as we got to see in the actual matches and stuff like that. But reversals are not able to block grapples. Instead, those are countered by quote-unquote breakers. So if somebody performs a strong grapple or a combo, you are able to counter those by pressing the same light, heavy, or grapple button that the opponent is trying to do to you. Again, this is where the experience comes into play. The more you play the game, the more you know what type of attack it is that is incoming, what type of grapple it is, what type of combo it is, and so on. You can then react to that fast enough that it will break / counter whatever the opponent is trying to do to you. But when it comes to countering, that's not even all of it yet. There's blocking and dodging. Blocking, you blocks heavy and light attacks, and the benefit of this is that you will counter attack faster than your opponent, so you will get the upper hand. For dodging, it's a bit more tricky. It's also a quote-unquote higher risk than a block, as you have to time it right and dodge the attack that is incoming to you by going the opposite direction, so that of course you don't get hit. For the pinning system, it looks like it is a simple button smash. You gotta smash that X button on PlayStation and that A button on Xbox, but you could also kick out by pressing the dodge button to do a quick get up at the cost of some resources. In order to understand resources, let's take a look at the hub. We got the vitality meter, which is your health. That is followed by the blue, which is the special meter, and this is basically your resource meter. Think of this as your stamina, because you need this in order to perform your signatures, finishers, payback, or defensive action. And then it's the finisher meter, which everyone is able to stack up to 3. The other part of the hub that we have is one that we don't necessarily see all the time, but it is around the superstar's feet, and this is basically the stunt meter. The stunt meter is very important because this year there is no reverse stocks. Reversals are basically unlimited, so you're probably wondering, well, how are you gonna perform a finisher and guarantee to deliver it? The way to do it is by attacking your opponent enough with grapples, light and heavy attack, so that their stun meter is filled up all the way, and then once it's all the way filled up, any move that you do at that point, the opponent is not going to be able to reverse. So if you want to guarantee your signature and finisher to hit, just make sure that the opponent's stun meter is all the way up. So now instead of you looking at how many reversal slots the opponent has and how many you have throughout the match, you got to keep track instead of your stun meter, because you could get messed up by it, or if you are keeping track good enough and you know what you're doing, then you could mess up the opponent with it. Again, this is another one of those strategies that you ultimately get by playing the game a lot, practicing, taking a couple of L's from me online, giving me more victories, and so on. And last but not least, a bit of information that we got. They ended up teasing that we basically haven't seen anything yet in regards to the backstage area. From the previous trailer, we know that it is redesigned, but they basically indicated that they made so many changes and they cannot wait for us to get to see everything that is added and some of the crazy things that we're able to do. I'm really expecting a lot of brand new OMG moments, and I'm excited to try them. And we got a glimpse of the performance center, and in it we got to see Beth Phoenix and Shawn Michaels. Current day Shawn Michaels, that is, basically training you in the performance center. They showed this while discussing the My Rise, and I'm just really hoping that the performance center is just an arena that we could play in, because if it's part of My Rise already, you might as well give it to us. So that is everything from the brand new WWE 2K22 full matchup reveal. And now that we officially got to see some gameplay, let me know what you guys think. If I missed anything, also let me know. We'll make sure to cover it on another video. Hit those notifications if you haven't. Stay savage, and I'll catch you on the next one.